คำถามจากคุณบิลไมเคิลค่ะ If I'm new to Theravada Buddhism and have access to many texts, where should I start? What is the first thing I should read?
Well, you can go into kamathana.com and there's a simple explanation. What is Buddhism? Just download the book. It's a small booklet. Or you can search in the internet. What is Buddhism? And what is Theravada Buddhism? If you want to know more about this branch of Buddhism which we practice, it's called Theravada Buddhism. So it will give you a general idea what Buddhism is about. Then from there you will probably want to read more, because you will want more information about what you should know and what you should practice. So the first place to go is to search for a booklet called What is Buddhism? And if you can go into the website called kamathana.com, there's a place where there's a book called What is Buddhism? You just click on it and then the book will appear and you can read it. And then from there I think you can then you can expand your search for more knowledge. Okay, go ahead with your question.
I wonder if you could explain the jhanas. Are they stages of development in meditation?
Jhanas, they are the stages of calm that you enter into. When you first started, you will still have some thoughts clinging, remaining in your mind. Usually the thought you use to calm your mind, such as a mantra. And as you progress, the mind becomes calmer and calmer, and different feelings and emotions will gradually disappear, until eventually the mind becomes empty, without any emotions, without any thoughts. So they divide into 4 jhana. You can read the different jhana which contain different kinds of feelings and emotions and thoughts. Just search for jhana in the Google, JHANA, and then you can read the description of each jhana. There are 8 jhanas, the 4th jhana, and then they go to the next level called the arupa jhana. This is the more calmer than the 4th level, 4th jhana. You can call it the 5th, the 6th, 7th, and the 8th jhanas.
And it's possible to reach a certain level without leaving your daily life?
It's highly unlikely, because you need quite a lot of concentration. If in your daily life you spend a lot of time thinking, which is opposing your calm. When you want to enter jhana, you have to stop your thoughts. So if you don't have to work, then you don't have to think so much. Then you can have the time to curb your thoughts or stop your thoughts before you even sit. Then when you sit, you'll find it easier for you to enter into jhana.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, speak to the microphone. Go ahead. It's okay. No one gonna hurt you.
Because it's private life. It's not easy.
It's the same. We all have the same problem.
Okay. I have problem with alcohol. Okay.
Huh?
Alcohol. Drink so much alcohol.
Alcohol.
Okay.
I see.
What solution? Maybe I think I must live in present. For I'm less stressed. I don't know.
You should stop drinking. Drinking alcohol is bad for you. It makes you become mentally sick. You become dependent on alcohol. And when there's no alcohol, you will feel bad. But if you can quit, then you won't need alcohol to make you sick or make you feel good. So you have to try to stop drinking or reduce the amount of drinking gradually. whichever way is possible is possible for you, then you choose. Some people do it abruptly, stop drinking altogether. Some people have to reduce the amount, maybe 50% at a time.
Yes, thank you. Because sometimes I can stop, and I am very happy.
You have to stay away from people who drinks, because if you stick around with them, they will ask you to drink with them. Stay with people who don't drink, then they won't ask you to drink, which is very few. You have to come live with a monk. The monks don't drink alcohol.
Sorry?
Live with the monks, stay with the monks. Monks like me.
Okay.
No alcohol here. You stay here, no alcohol. If you can stay here for 3 months, maybe you can stop drinking altogether. You have to go into a rehab. Okay?
คำถามชาวต่างชาติครับ from TC the first question do Buddhists believe in reincarnation
We believe in rebirth because the mind doesn't die with the body. After the body dies, the mind still needs a new body. So it go look for a new body. When there is conception in the womb, then the mind will then take possession of the body. And after 9 months, it will come out with a new body.
second question from No Life on Earth how did Ajahn Mun help Ajahn Mahabua to stop clinging to samadhi
Well, he said that samadhi is like a piece of a small piece of meat that cling to your teeth. It's not worth clinging to. It's better go take the meat of panya, the whole steak on the plate. He's comparing the meat that is stick to your teeth and the meat on the plate. So samadhi is like that. When compared to panya, you can have peace and calm of samadhi, but they are not worth as good as the peace of mind, peace and happiness that you gain from panya or wisdom.
คำถามจากคุณเชียร์ If a monk is not able to nibbana in this life, where will he be born in his next life?
It depends on what kind of karma he has done so far. If he can keep the precept, not doing any bad karma, he would not be reborn in the lower realms of existence, the realm of animals or hell. He would be reborn as a human being. And if he could meditate and enter jhana, then he would enter into the realm of the Brahma. And if he had the eye of the Dhamma, if he can see the Dhamma, see the 3 characteristics of existence, see the 4 noble truths, then he can be reborn as a noble person, as a Sotapanna, as an Anagami, as an Arahant.
คำถามจากคุณ No Lifino Earth I contemplated how in meditation the body disappears, but the knowing remains. Suddenly, a shift deep inside myself happened. I was shocked in awe and could not move for a while. Was that Sotapanna?
It's probably samadhi, calm, or jhana. If you are Sotapanna, you must abandon your attachment to your body, meaning you would not be afraid or if anything should happen to your body, whether it's going to get old, get sick or die, it will not bother you, will not disturb you. But if you are still worried about your body, still afraid of sickness and death, then this is not a Sotapanna yet.
Which are the different variables that determine how quickly a student's mind will become concentrated?
Mindfulness. your ability to focus on the present, to stop your mind from wandering, thinking about the past or the future. You need something to anchor your mind. We call this kammatthana, an object that you can use, mental object or physical object. You can use your body to anchor your mind by constantly watching your body, what your body is doing at each moment. Don't let your mind stray away from watching your body. If you like a mantra, you can recite a mantra, Bhutto, Bhutto, to stop your mind from thinking about anything, to clear your mind of thoughts. When you have this ability, when you sit, you can enter into samadhi very easily and quickly. Okay? Okay.
คำถามชาวต่างชาติครับ Suyono Can I attain enlightenment in short period of time by uphold the perspective of death, samatha and vipassana at the same time?
It depends whether you can let go of your body or not. If you can let go of your body and not afraid to die or to get sick or get old, then you can become a sotapanna.
Okay, Ajahn, I want to ask, what do you best suggest for my meditation?
Can you speak louder? Can you speak louder?
Okay. What do you the best suggest for my meditation? It's been how long time at least I must stay in here? That's the first question.
How long?
I must stay here, at least.
How long you plan to stay here?
Yeah.
You want to know?
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Oh, it's up. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And the second question, what we should do when we're already on the upekkha or fourth jhana?
You just keep it there. Try to maintain upekkha for as long as possible with your mindfulness by preventing your mind from thinking. As soon as you start to think, you should stop it. If you start thinking, then your upekkha will gradually disappear. If you want to maintain upekkha, then you just try to prevent your mind from thinking.
Not thinking.
Not thinking, just knowing.
Just stay as long as I can.
Yeah, just knowing the upekkha. Because upekkha is very good for you. It's the supreme happiness. If you get there, you don't want to leave. You want to stay there for forever.
Oh yes, I understand. So what I should do if I want to more progress after that?
You just have to keep on practicing.
Practice and practice.
Yeah, practice will maintain and move you forward.
Okay, and I ever hear if we can get into the the five jhana, it's starting we knowing about the power or the supernatural power.
Yes, but this is not the jhana that the Buddha recommends, because it can distract you away from nibbana.
Yeah, that's what I want to ask.
So if you happen to stumble into this jhana, you can bring yourself back to the fourth jhana by using mindfulness. We calling you come back to your breath or come back to your mantra.
Okay.
Or use your mindfulness to stop your mind from going into that.
Okay. Okay, understand.
The reason why people go into that jhana and remain there because they were deceived by their own delusion, by thinking that having special power is good for them. But the Buddha said special powers cannot get rid of your defilement. You need to have upekkha and wisdom. When you come out of samadhi, you have to develop wisdom. See the three characteristics and the Four Noble Truths. Then you can get to nibbana that way.
Okay. Is it hard?
No, if you do it and you know it, if you do it correctly, sometimes some people can do it in 7 days. Some people 7 months, some people 7 years. Depends on how smart they are.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, thank you so much.
Is that all the questions?
Yes, it's only that. And
when you ask about staying here, you mean
yeah, I have
staying
a plan. I have a plan, and with my friend.
You have to stay down at the Wat Yan.
Yeah,
They have dormitory which allow you to stay 7 days.
at least 7 days.
Yeah, maximum 7 days.
Maximum.
7 days.
As after that,
You have to go look for someplace else to stay because they have to make room for other people to stay.
oh, okay.
Cannot stay long term. If you want to stay long term, you might have to make arrangement with other monastery.
Okay, I understand.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Where are you from?
Uruguay.
Uruguay, South America,
Right.
next to Argentina.
Right.
Okay, and Chile.
And Chile.
Okay.
Ajahn, it's a great pleasure to be here again.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I was here last year, and you asked me. You said to me, "Do you have questions?" And I said no, because you already told us almost everything. The only part we need is to practice. But this year I brought some questions.
You're welcome to ask.
Okay. The main purpose to be here this year is to learn samadhi.
Yes.
I've been trying for a long time to get into samadhi. You once told us that when you get into samadhi, you feel different, something like that.
You feel good.
Yes. But I try hard every day, and I don't get it.
Because you're not doing it correctly.
Okay.
If you do it correctly, it's not hard and it's easy. So you have to learn the correct way of doing samadhi. The correct way or the proper way is to have your mind focus in the present. You must not let your mind drift to the past or to the future.
Right.
Always keep it in the present.
All right.
And keep it empty. Don't let it think. In order to stop your thoughts, you need something to stop it. So you have to use what we call kammatthana. Kammatthana are the meditation object or subject, such as your breath. This is good when you sit, when you watch your breath. But when you're not sitting, you must also develop this mindfulness. Because if you don't have this before you come to sit, you won't be able to sit for long and make it calm. So before you sit, you need to develop this mindfulness. Keep your mind from wandering into the past or into the future by relying on something to hold your mind onto, such as if you can use the body, your body activity. Just watch your body activity, every movement from the time you get up in the morning. As soon as you open up your eyes and you start to move with your body, keep watching your body. Don't let your mind go think about other things. Just keep watching. You're getting up, you're sitting up, you're standing, you're walking, you're washing your face, brushing your teeth, taking a shower. Whatever you do with your body, keep watching it.
Okay.
Don't think about other things.
Right.
If you really have to think, then stop doing what you do with your body and think what you have to think. Only think the necessities thinking. Don't think aimlessly or wishfully, oh, I wish I could have a house, I could have something like that. Don't let it think like that. Stop. Only use your thought for a particular purpose, like doing something for yourself. If you don't have to think, don't let it think. Keep it focused on your body.
Okay.
And then when you finish doing what you have to do and you have time to sit, then you can sit and then you can watch your breath instead.
All right.
Keep watching your breath. Just watching, don't force your breath. Just let the breath natural. Leave the breath natural. If the breath it's short or long, let it be. If it's fine or rough, let it be. Don't force, don't manage your breath. You only want to use your breath as an object to hold your mind to, so that your mind don't go think about other things. If you can persist on keep just watching your breath and not thinking, even though you might have some thinking while you watch your breath, just ignore them. And then eventually your breath will gradually disappear and your mind will become peaceful and calm. And sometimes it will converge into one, which we call samadhi. It becomes knowing. All that is left is knowing. And the awareness of the body or of the sound that come through the body will disappear temporarily. Then you are in samadhi. Then you feel a sense of joy and happiness and release from all of your troubles and hardships and burdens.
Right. Okay.
So you need to practice mindfulness all the time. Don't let your mind be without a guardian. Your mindfulness is like a guardian. We call sati, mindfulness. Guard your mind, protect your mind from thinking about the past or the future. Only let it think about what is necessary, absolutely necessary to think, as to what will I do now, or I have to eat, or I have to do something like that. Once you finish, then stop thinking and do things without thinking. Just concentrate on what you do.
Okay.
And when you have nothing else to do, then you can sit and watch your breath. Another way, another alternative you can also use as a mindfulness is to use a mantra. If you find that you cannot force your concentration on your body or your breath, see if you can use a mantra. Force it to recite a word like Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. This can also help. So you can change sometime when you feel one is not good enough, then maybe you switch to another one.
All right. Okay. Sometimes I do like counting the breath. Every time I breathe, I count one and trying to...
That is also okay.
Okay.
Yeah. As long as you don't go think about other things.
Okay.
Just keep counting. Some people use Bhutto instead of counting.
Yeah.
Breathing in Bhutto, breathing out Bhutto. This also is possible.
Okay.
Some people use 1 to 10 and then count back from 10 to 9 to 8 to 7 to 2. But it's better if you can stop the mental thoughts. It's better if you can stop counting. Because by counting you're also forcing your mind to work.
Okay.
But in the beginning, if your mind is very restless, then you need to use this method to calm it down first. Some even use chanting or reciting the discourse of the Buddha. You can memorize one discourse, and when you sit, you find that you don't have enough concentration to watch your breath, use a mantra. Then maybe just recite the discourse of the Buddha that you have memorized. Like the first discourse of the Buddha, just recite, commit it to memory. Okay. And when you meditate, you find difficult to concentrate on your breath, then you do this reciting of the discourse first. After you finish, you might find your mind calmer, and then you might be able to watch your breath.
Okay. Is samatha the same as samadhi?
Yes, it's the same word. It's a matter of verb or noun, I think. It's language, but it means the same thing. Calm. The translation of samadhi or samatha is calm.
Right.
Calm of mind.
Right.
The mind becomes calm. We call samadhi. Calm and concentrated, not distracted.
Okay. How can we deal with anger? We know it's a human condition, but afterwards we feel so bad when we get angry and or upset. What should we do on those particular
There are several
instances?
methods of dealing with your anger. The first one, the easiest one, is to pull your mind away from the thoughts that make you angry, the thing that make you angry, like using a mantra. Keep reciting a mantra or keep counting 1 to 10, 10 to 1. Then you forget what you were angry about. Then your anger will disappear. Okay, just keep counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just keep counting. After 2 or 3 minutes, you forget what you were angry about. But when you stop counting, when you start thinking about it again, you can get mad again. So the next thing is to use, the Buddha said, compassion or love. You have to forgive. Forgive. Don't get mad at don't expect anything to, don't hurt them to revenge. Don't do any revenge. Just say, okay, never mind. I forgive you. Forgive is saint, being a saint. If you want to be a saint, you forgive. If you cannot forgive, then you have to use the mantra until your mind becomes calmer. After your mind becomes calm, then you can reflect on the reason. If you forgive, it's better for you than for you to be mad at the person. Because when you are mad, you're not happy, right? But when you forgive, you feel good. So you use reason to reason with yourself. To forgive is better to get angry, to be mad at someone. Then you might be able to forgive. Okay, if you cannot forgive, at least forget by using a mantra. Putto, 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 or counting 1, 2, 3. And the third method is for you not to get mad at all. It's not to expect anything from anybody. If you don't expect anything, then you won't get disappointed. When you don't get disappointed, you don't get mad at anybody. So this is the best method. Don't expect anything from anybody or anything. Take things as they come, good or bad. Just take it. Then you will never be angry.
Even to ourselves.
Yes, everything, whatever.
I just lost my glasses and I'm mad with me.
Yeah, right. You have to accept it. That this is the way things are. This is the way it is.
Yeah. All right. The Buddha talked about what he called underlying tendencies, like anusayas. Even a baby sometimes shows sensual pleasure.
Yes, everybody.
Yes, those underlying tendencies that lie latent in the mind and lead to the arising of the defilement.
Defilement, yes.
Is passion one of these underlying?
Yes, passion, all your cravings are part of your underlying habit. We call it habit.
Yeah.
You're left-handed. You've been left-handed for so long. You keep being left-handed. If you're right-handed, you will keep right-handed, because it's not the body that is left-handed or right-handed. It's the mind that uses the body, and the mind change, but the body. See, when this body died, the mind go and get a new body, and then we still use the same habit. It's like driving a car. If you used to drive a car one way, even if you change another car, you will still keep driving the same way. So everything that is being installed in the mind goes with the mind. This we call the underlying tendency. They are karma, actually. Whatever you do, if you keep repeating it, becomes an underlying tendency. If you keep drinking, it becomes an underlying tendency. When you're born the next time, you continue drinking. If you used to lying in the next life, you will continue lying. If you stop lying, in the next life you'll stop lying. So this is underlying tendency built up by your good and bad karmas.
So like, how can we get rid of it? Like,
resist it. See, if you know it's bad, then you stop by resisting it. Don't do it. Like when you know drinking is bad for you, then every time you want to drink, you stop it. If you cannot stop, it means you don't have the strength to resist. Then you have to build the strength. The strength is mindfulness.
Yes.
Use a mantra. Well, every time you think about drinking, just keep reciting or counting. After a while, you'll forget about drinking.
I don't drink.
Okay, whatever else.
Okay, but okay. Sometimes, like, I dedicate most of my life to the Buddha's teaching, and I try to spread in my country that is not Buddhist. And I feel like it's like a passion that I have to teach the Dharma and to share the Dharma. I don't teach. Is it wrong to have that passion?
It's good to have the passion, but it's wrong to do it now because you don't have the capacity to do it. So it will not be fruitful because what you say to people will not convince them.
All right.
Because you don't know the whole truth.
Okay.
You only know something part of it. And if they start to question you, you might even get angry at them because you cannot answer the question they ask you. So right now is not the time for you to pass the knowledge to other people. Right now is the time for you to build up the knowledge inside yourself first. Become enlightened first before you can really spread the Dhamma to other people effectively.
All right. Convincingly. Okay. My body now is telling me that I should be sleeping because of the time zones. Does the body has its own wisdom, and how can I relate to it or listen to what the body is telling me?
No, the body is like a clock. It keeps doing what it's being programmed to do. See, it used to be programmed to sleep right now in your home country. So you feel sleepy because you move your body to a different environment. So you have to reprogram your body to adjust to the new environment. So you have to force it by not sleeping right now because it's daytime. It's not the mind, it's the clock inside your body. It tells it is the what you call the cycle that is being programmed to. Right now the cycle of your body is to go to sleep, see. So but you cannot go to sleep because it's daytime here. So you have to reprogram it by forcing it to stay awake right now and then later go to sleep at night. Then eventually you'll get a new cycle after a few days.
Okay. On the plane, I just watched a movie that it was very sad, and I felt like intense heat on my stomach. Can it be related to inner energies, or what happens when I get sad and I feel heat on my stomach?
See, whatever the mind feels, it transmits onto the body.
Okay.
See, when your mind becomes calm, then the body behaves normally.
Okay.
But as soon your mind becomes agitated, restless, or angry, or sad, it passes this onto the body.
Okay. Okay. And the main purpose, I think, of our practice is to become a better person, right? And how can meditation lead us to be a better person and to have love and compassion?
No, the goal is not to be a better person in our practice.
Okay.
The goal is to be happier.
Okay.
Once you're happy, then you can be good. Then you can be compassionate and kind. See, when you're happy, you want to share your happiness to other people. But when you're not happy, you want to steal happiness from other people.
It's true.
So the goal is not to be a better person or to spread compassion or anything to other people. The goal is to make yourself happy.
Okay.
And you can become happy by meditation.
Right.
Because when your mind becomes calm, you'll find the ultimate happiness within yourself. Once you have this ultimate happiness, then you can give up everything. You don't need anything to make you happy. So you can share, you can give away things, you can be compassionate, you can be forgiving. You can, then it appears to be that you are a better person.
Okay.
But actually that is the result of you becoming happy.
Okay. Okay.
Like Christmas, people are happy, so they give. See, everybody give by present to give people because they feel happy that day. Only one day, though. I wish there's Christmas every day.
Yeah.
Then the world will be in peace.
It depends on
Too bad
us.
we only have one day. The rest we keep fighting.
Yeah, that's true.
Because we're not happy, right?
True.
Okay.
The mind itself is like on a pure state, right?
Right now it's not pure, it's being defiled by your defilement.
Yeah, I know.
So you have to get rid of your defilement in order to become pure.
Oh.
Like water, you have to treat it. Yeah? You have water treatment plan before you can put it onto the system to let people drink. First you have to purify the water. The mind right now is not pure. It's defiled by your defilement.
Okay.
So you need purification by the practice of charity, morality, and meditation. This is the purification process of the mind.
Okay. I've heard that like music and chanting sometimes like a distraction for our mind. Did the Buddha talked about chanting or anything like that?
Chanting is a way of developing mindfulness.
Okay.
Because when you chant, you have to concentrate on what you chant. And chanting has no emotional value, no, like listening to music. When you listen to music, sometimes you can be happy or sad from what you hear. But when you chant, you're chanting the teaching of the Buddha,
Okay.
like the discourse. So you either get knowledge or you get mindfulness from doing the chanting. So it's okay to chant. But you have to chant the teaching of the Buddha.
Okay. That is not the same as singing a song.
Singing can make you happy or sad.
All right.
Creates emotion in your mind.
Okay.
You want to calm your mind.
Okay. Some people have traumas.
Traumas, yeah.
Yes, like on a car accident,
Yeah.
war, child abuse, etc. Some doctors, they talk about physiological disorders. How can we help that people? Can we help that people?
Well, trauma actually arises in the mind. Arises from the fact that the mind has been exposed to extreme suffering. So it doesn't know how to deal with this extreme suffering. So it takes time for it to heal, to calm down. But if you know Buddhist meditation practice, you can heal this trauma very quickly by meditating.
Okay.
Once your mind becomes calm, then the suffering will disappear.
All right.
So it's all about the mind.
Okay. So
People used to live in a safe environment, happy. Then suddenly something happened, and then they just don't know how to cope with this sudden change of emotion, extreme emotion especially. So instead of getting rid of it, they sometimes create more traumas by their desire to get rid of the traumas.
It's true.
Because this desire can create more traumas in the mind. So you have to just tell your mind to accept that this is the way things are. It already happened. And the only way to do it is try to stay calm and let things rebuild. If your body is sick, give it time to heal. If you want to return to normality right away, and you don't get it, then you become more traumatic. Okay. So the best way is to calm your mind, meditate, and then when you meditate, your mind becomes happy. The body might be sick, doesn't matter, because the sickness of the body cannot overpower the happiness of the mind.
Okay. The same, does it work with drugs, addictions?
Yes, everything. Meditation, Buddhist meditation, kills everything. It's just a matter of whether you can do it or not.
Alright.
Because once you're in that opposite direction, it's very hard to pull your mind back to normality. See? So if you don't know how to practice before, to learn it while you're in trauma or while you are addicted to drugs, it's almost impossible.
Okay. The Buddha taught us how to get rid of dukkha. Consequently, if we follow the fourth noble truth and the eighth noble path, do we get enlightened with no more reincarnations?
Yes. If you know how to get rid of your cravings, then there will be no more reincarnation.
Okay.
It's your cravings that brings you back to get what you wanted by using a new body. Because you want to see things, hear things. So you need to have bodies with eyes and ears. And so every time you lose a body, your mind will go look for a new body. But once you can get rid of your cravings in your mind, then there's no craving to push your mind to go look for a new body. So you become enlightened and you become, you no longer have to reincarnate or rebirth.
Okay. And is there like a master plan that we will always be enlightened?
No, there's no master plan. There is a choice between want to continue on being what you do or change your habit.
Okay.
See? If you change your habit and you follow the plan of the Buddha, then you can become enlightened.
Okay.
But if you don't want to continue, if you want to continue on your old habit, then you cannot become enlightened.
Okay.
If you still want to drink, you cannot meditate.
Okay.
If you still want to have a wife, you cannot get rid of your sexual desire.
Okay. And like every time we're making decisions, right? At any moment we are making decisions. So mindfulness should be the tool to make the right action every time.
Mindfulness and the knowledge of the Buddha's teaching.
Okay.
Then it can tell you which direction you should take. Every time you decide, should I drink or should I not drink? Should I meditate or should I watch TV? Yeah, so this is something you have to know the reason why you should take one side or the other.
Right.
If you watch TV, you got a temporary pleasure, but you can become addicted to it. If you stop watching TV, you meditate, then you would not have to watch TV anymore.
Okay.
And then you can become happy without having a TV.
Okay.
So you have to have the knowledge and also the mindfulness to know what you are thinking at that moment.
Okay. But sometimes like we have the purpose to be happy. And if we meditate and don't get happy, we tend to get like angry with ourselves.
That's because you are not patient. See?
Okay.
Because sometimes when you learn something new, you don't expect to get it right away. Like playing a violin, you know it's going to take time, right?
Right.
When you meditate, you expect to get it right away.
Okay.
So you have to expect the same thing like playing from playing a violin. Takes time, takes practice.
All right.
Okay. Okay, I give you one more question, or
Okay.
two more. I have
right.
about
Okay.
2 minutes left for you.
Okay.
You can ask more questions the next time, the next day.
All right. Okay. Sometimes we tend to be, our mind tends to be, we think we are better to other persons. Like, let's say Theravada Buddhists, we are better than Tibetan Buddhists. And why is that we tend to...
This is our underlying tendency.
Oh,
Yeah. We always think we are better than other people.
yes.
And whatever we do is better than other people.
Yes.
We don't use fact to verify this. So we need to use fact, the truth, to verify which is better. Like buying a car, you use fact, right? You don't use your emotion to decide, oh, I like this car, so this car is better. So you have to look at the specification, how fast can it go, so forth. So same thing. In Buddhism, we are taught to use fact, not emotion, to decide things.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, is that all for today?
Yes.
If you have more, we can do it the next day or so. Every day from 3 to about from 3 o'clock onward to 3:45.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
First of all, I'd like to express our deep gratitude for all the teachings you share every day through the world, even to Uruguay, 19,000 kilometers far away from here. And the first question that if I'd like to ask you is, could you clarify the concepts of Chanda, Viriya, Chitta, and Vimamsa that conform the four bases of the spiritual power, Kataro, Idipada, and how to use them on the meditation practice, Bhavana, please?
The Chanta, Viriya, Chitta, Vimamsa are the four mental faculties that you have to develop in order to make the mind powerful. To achieve anything, you need to have these four mental faculties. The first one is called Chanta, meaning you have to like what you do. When you to like something, if you do something you don't like, then you don't want to commit your energy to it. So first of all, whatever you like, whatever you want, you have to like it. The harder you like it, the more effort you will put into it. Viriya is the second faculty. The meaning of viriya is effort or energy. First, you need to have the chanta, the desire to achieve something. Right. Once you have that desire, like you want to become a president, so you start to go, you're campaigning, start up a campaign, raise money, and then go and tell people how good you are and so forth. So first you need to have the desire to be or to get what you want. This is called chanta, desire or good desire. This is considered good desire, not bad desire. Okay. This is the mental faculty, desire or liking, ambitious, put it that way. You have to be ambitious. Once you have this ambition, then the next thing you will have is energy. It will come.
Viriya.
Okay, energy is viriya. And the third one is called citta, meaning you will concentrate all your effort and energy toward your goal only. You won't let your mind be distracted by other things. This is citta, concentration. And the fourth one is vimamsa. Your thoughts will be only about the things you want to do, want to get. You keep thinking about these things only. You don't want to think about other things. Mm-hmm. So once you have these four mental faculties, then you will be able to do what you want to do and get what you want to get.
Okay. So I should apply all these four on my bhavana?
Yes, your practice. First you have to like it.
Yeah, I do.
In order to like it, you have to know the benefit that you can get from it, right?
All right.
Just like you like money because you know the benefit of money. You like to become president because you know the benefit of being a president. Then once you know that, then you will have the like and the desire to get that. So if you like bhavana, you like meditation, then you will find you will have the energy to meditate. And you will concentrate all your time on just meditation, not going to do any other thing anymore. And your thought will be only about meditation. So this is what it means by the what we call the itibat, the four itibata, which is the four mental powers.
Okay. Yesterday I saw you making jokes to some ladies that were here. And I mean, the sense of humor on Buddhism is present all the time. How should we practice that sense of humor?
Well, first of all, you have to be happy. If you're not happy, you cannot be humorous. Yes. So meditate and make your mind happy. Then you will see everything as humor. There's nothing to be serious about in this world. It's only when you're you deluded, then you start to think that everything is serious. But in the end, everything is just a joke. Life is nothing but a joke. Because it's like a dream. Our life is like a dream. It keeps passing on, one dream after the next. And you cannot hold on to any dreams. They come and go. So why be serious? Why attach to them? When you attach to them, then you become serious and you become sad because you can no longer hold on to your dreams, to what you have. But when you have no attachment, then there's no seriousness in your mind anymore. You treat everything like a joke, like a dream.
That's why we need the awakening, right?
Right. In order to be awakened, you have to close your eyes and then go open up your inner eyes, your wisdom eyes, or your mental eyes.
How can we develop panya?
Panya is to be able to see everything in this world is impermanent.
Anicca.
No, nothing lasts. Nothing is under your control. If you try to control it, you become sick, you become sad when you cannot do it.
Okay. The last question would be, sometimes like it's happening right now in Chile, there are problems, social problems, like the people cannot afford hospitals and they get dead on the entrance of the hospitals. Should we get involved on those kind of things? I mean, to demonstrate and all that? I mean, we are part of a society, but what do you think? Excuse me, too.
Well, it depends on your perception of things. Mm-hmm. If you feel it's something that you have to get involved, then you get involved. Okay. But if you think it's nothing you have to get involved, then you don't get involved. Right. How do you do that? Well, you compare to another society, like the people living in the jungle. They don't have welfare, they don't have hospitals, they don't have buses or train. How do they manage to live and still be happy? So it's their own people got attached to things. Once they got attached, they must have them. When they lose them, then they start yelling and start complaining. They don't know how to adjust or adapt themselves to a new reality. See, but if you were born that way, you were born poor, you don't feel bad when you are poor, right? But if you were born rich and you become poor, then you start complaining because you don't want to adapt to your reality.
Again, our deep appreciation for all the teachings you give us every day, and we translate it to Spanish every day. So again, deeply thankful.
Yes, if you like, you can have my book in Dhamma in English and translate it into Spanish.
Sure.
We have 2 books now printed.
Okay.
The first one is 2014 and 15, and the second one is 2016.
Okay.
In English. So if you translate, you can say Dhamma in Spanish. Because we have a Frenchman also took it and translated into French.
Okay.
And he called it Dhamma in French.
I would be happy to do that.
Yeah, you can do that. Okay. And you can just post it on your website or on your Facebook page, and people can download from there.
All right. Thank you very much.
Or if you like, you can send your translation to us. Your PDF file, and I'll have it posted on my Facebook page for people to download.
Okay. Yes, last year I brought you, I don't know if you remember, a booklet of translations. But of course, I will gladly send the new translations. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
คำถามจากชาวต่างชาติครับคุณ No Life on Earth question number one What are the steps to develop wisdom
Wisdom, before you can develop wisdom efficiently, you need the strength of mind, of samadhi. Your mind has to be calm and has equanimity, meaning your mind can remain undisturbed by what you analyze, what you see, what you hear. If your mind is still disturbed, then you cannot have the wisdom to suppress your suffering or your sadness. So first you have to develop samadhi, or calm, by developing mindfulness, maintaining mindfulness all the time, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. Try to take a rein on your thoughts, stop your mind from thinking, wandering into the past or into the future. Bring it in the present. Let it keep watching what's going on, like watching your body. Use your body as your object of meditation. Keep your mind together with the action or the activity of the body. And when you sit in meditation, use the breath as your object of meditation. If you can do this, you can eliminate your thought, or you can stop your thought temporarily. When your thought disappear, then your mind become peaceful and calm, and it will have equanimity, which will be the strength to resist the defilement, your cravings. When you use wisdom to tell your mind that this thing is impermanent, not under your control, then you can let go, leave it alone. If you don't have no equanimity, you still have like and dislike, and you will not be able to leave that thing alone.
The second question Does the character of a newborn child tell about the way it should meditate when grow up?
Well, everybody has its own unique character. This character comes with the mind, doesn't come with the body. So unless you are a meditation master, you won't know. So it's not important to know either, because a child would not be able to meditate yet anyway. So it will take some time before the child can develop, and then if it has any underlying tendency for meditation, then it will approach the method, the practice of meditation, and the child will know which method it is suitable for the child. Because whatever it used to use, it will continue using that method.
Ajahn, can you please talk about when to take action and when to just let things happen by themselves?
Regarding what?
I guess
Anything? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, to take action or not to action depends on first whether you have to take action or not. There are things that you have to take action, such as taking care of your body. You have to eat, you have to feed your body. So this you have to do. You can only stop doing it if you cannot do it, or it's impossible for you to do it properly. You don't want to go do something by breaking the law or breaking the morality. Then you have to stop. But if you still can do and you have to do, then you have to do. But there are things that you don't have to do and you don't have to do, like worry about other people. This you don't have to do, because your worry doesn't change what people does or what's going to happen to them. So you can stop this action, worrying, or try to change people when you cannot change them. If you can change or you can help them to change, then do it. for the better, not for the worse. But if you cannot do it, then you just don't have. Then you don't do it. So you have to see the result from your action, whether what you do will be beneficial or profitable for the better or not. If it's not, then don't do it. Or if you do, or if you cannot do it, then you don't do it either. So this is the parameter that will decide whether you should take action or not action. Okay. So your parents come to visit you again? You're from Canada originally?
Yep.
Okay. How long you been ordained now?
12 pansas.
12 pansas. And they've been coming every year?
Most years.
We missed a couple of years.
Missed a couple of years, yeah. Okay. So how do you feel now that he's been enrolled for 12 years?
Oh, we're very happy.
Okay, good.
Very happy.
Is there anything you would like to ask? Oh, send you the microphone first, please. Can you please pass the microphone on?
I would like to ask a question about helping others.
Yes.
I have a family situation where one of my sisters is destitute financially, and her husband just spends every cent they get. How much money do I give to them to help when he just spends it on something else?
Well, you first want to make sure that they get the help properly. And the proper kind of help is to give them the, what you call the basic necessity of life, such as food, clothing, medicine, and a place to live. So this is what you should help people, regardless of whoever they are. If you can help them, this is what you should help. But other than that, you can say no if you feel that it's not your place to do it, or it's not, because they can survive without those other things, but they cannot survive without the 4 basic necessities of life. So this is basically what we try to help people, is to give them the ability to continue to survive.
Okay.
But other than that, it depends on how much you want to do it. Consider that they are bonuses. Like Christmas, you might buy them gifts or something like that. But if you give them money to spend on drugs, on alcohol, on entertainment, these are not things that is not helping them. It's making them becoming weak and have to keep relying on your help. So you want to help them to be strong, help them so they can get up and then work and support themselves.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And if you cannot help, you don't have to feel bad. If you cannot help, you cannot help everybody. You can only carry so much. You can carry a person. You cannot carry 2 or 3 persons. It's beyond your strength to carry on those people.
Thank you.
Okay. And you?
For Suchart. So I'm visiting right now from California.
Mm-hmm.
Interestingly, we didn't even talk beforehand about this, but my question is also involving helping others. I'm a university educator and I teach physics to students. And my goal, in a nutshell, is to try and dispel ignorance and try to help promote a more educated society. And I hope that this will help alleviate suffering for all. The challenge is that I don't know what feedback, whether my efforts are meaning something. In other words, I guess I don't know how to tell that my efforts make a difference, or that they are doing good, or how I could listen to find out how to do better. In other words, I don't know what the results of my actions are really.
because your action is a minor part in helping people's life. You're teaching one subject. The person needs several subjects before they can graduate and get a diploma, and then continue on to work and support themselves. So you have to look at it as a contribution. It's not a whole thing that you're doing. You're just helping a small part to help that person to advance to a better position. That's all you can expect from what you do.
So do I need to...
As long as you know that this student that study with you graduate from school, then you say, oh, say, I have contributed to his graduation.
Right.
But if he drop out, then say, well, maybe it didn't work for him. And so sometimes you cannot expect the goal to be achieved because there are factors beyond your control, such as the student. He might not be able to absorb what you teach and not be able to pass the examination and go on to the next level. Or he might have some other difficulty, financial difficulties, physical difficulties that will make them not able to continue on with their education. Then there's nothing you can do. You just do your part. And the person who come and let you do your part, they might be able to profit from you and they might not be able to profit from you. This is not your fault, as long as you do your best.
Thank you. That helps alleviate some stress.
Yeah, because sometimes your expectation is the cause of your own stress. Yeah.
That's right.
And don't know how much you achieve also can be a stress. I wonder if I'm useful or not. Am I doing this thing helping other people or not? Because you don't see the result. Because it's only what you do is only a minor part that will contribute to a bigger picture. You know. So you have to understand the reality of your position also, of what you are doing, what you can do.
Right.
But the best part is to not expect any result. Do your best, and whatever happens, let it happen. Yeah. As long as you try your best, and you know that it's helping. If they can absorb what you help, if they cannot, then it's just too bad.
If I notice that it's really not helping, then should I seek to do something different with my life?
Sure, but you must have students who graduate from your classes, so you're making some differences. So, but unless you feel it's not enough, you want to do something greater, then you become a monk like us. Then you can really make a lot of difference in a person's life. You can change their life. You can make them become enlightened, and then let them live a happy and free from any form of sadness or suffering. This is you can really see the impact if you work as a monk, because you deal directly with the person's life. Like the Buddha, his impact upon us is so many. One person could change so many people's life.
Thank you.
You want some more questions? Do you want to ask questions? Okay. She's from Australia.
Hi, Ajahn. Can you please talk about why it's beneficial to not eat up after 12?
Why not to eat after 12?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, basically, it's to free your time from engaging in eating, so you can have more time in meditating. See, if you have to eat dinner, then you still have to worry about getting your dinner in the evening. But once you finish eating by 12 o'clock, then the business of eating is complete. Then you have the time to meditate. But if you have to eat dinner, then your mind will still be engaging about dinner. So it will make it difficult for you to concentrate on your meditation object. Secondly, eating too much can become a hindrance, because it will make you lazy, make you sleepy. and you rather sleep than meditate. So this is the reason why we don't eat too much when we want to meditate. First, give us the more time to meditate by not having to worry about eating. Second, it will lighten the hindrance or eliminate the hindrance that arise from eating too much. Okay, that's why we only eat until noon, or only for monks we eat only once a day. Say after 9 o'clock, eating is complete as far as we're concerned. Then from that time on, we are free to meditate. If we have to eat lunch, then we have to wait for people to come and bring food. And after we finish eating lunch, we feel full and we will feel a little sleepy, so we take a little nap. So by the time you want to meditate, it might be in the evening. So you lose half a day of your meditation time. So the Buddha wants to eliminate all the obstacles to meditation by letting us or telling us to keep the 8 precepts. See, the third precept is to prevent you from sleeping with your spouse. See, if you don't keep the 8 precepts, then at night, if you want to sleep with your spouse, you can do it. If you sleep with your spouse, then you won't have time to meditate. But if you sleep alone, then you have time to meditate. And the 7 precepts prevent you from seeking happiness from entertainment, like watching television, watching movies, or going to bars or pubs or anything like that. These are to prevent your mind from going in the wrong direction, and then provide you with the time to meditate. Okay, that's why people who practice meditation usually are asked to keep the 8 precepts. So you have to make what you call trade-off. If you want spiritual happiness, you have to trade off your physical happiness. You cannot have them both. Okay? And spiritual happiness is much better than physical happiness. They will become long-lasting and eventually forever. But physical happiness only lasts until your body can no longer provide you with that physical happiness. Okay? If you can understand the trade-off, then you might have the desire or the ambition to do the spiritual happiness, and willing to sacrifice your physical happiness by keeping the 8 precepts, go live in a monastery where a meditation retreat, and try to develop the spiritual happiness. Once you know how to do it, you can do it all the time. And this spiritual happiness doesn't rely on your physical well-being. Even when you're sick, you can still be happy spiritually. But if you rely on your physical happiness, when your body becomes sick, you cannot get any kind of physical happiness. Then there'll be a lot of suffering, a lot of pain. Sometimes people want to die because of that. But if you have this spiritual happiness, the sickness of the body or the aging of the body will not affect your mind. Your mind can still become happy without having to rely on the physical happiness. So if you think of this trade-off, then it will make you willing to sacrifice your physical happiness for the spiritual happiness. Okay? All right. You want to ask anything yourself? So I heard you moved to Wat Yannasangwararam. How long now?
I've been there about a year.
A year. And before that, you've been staying with Ajahn Piak?
I was in Australia for a while.
Oh.
But before that, I was in Korea.
Oh, I see. In Australia, where?
Bodhisattva, Ajahn Larry.
In what town? What?
Near Sydney.
Near Sydney.
It's a Saka of Ajahn
Ajahn. Okay. How long did you stay there?
I went twice, but so a total of about a year and a half.
A year and a half. Okay. And what is your plan for the future now?
I'm thinking of maybe going up to Udon, Bungan.
Bungan, Nong Khai.
Yeah, to maybe go stay with Rupa Bundit.
What about Canada?
Oh, too cold, cup.
Too cold.
Australia was too cold for me, cup.
You don't want to go establish a monastery in Canada? No. So your parents don't have to travel all the way here?
Oh, they have a monastery at home, cup.
But you're not there, that's a point.
We agree with you.
They're here because of you. If you're not here, they won't be here. Your parents are chained to you. They are binded to you. The Buddha, when he heard that he's got a son, he said, I'm bound by my son. So he has to run away. Or else he would not be able to leave his family. When he stay close to his son, he become attached to his son. So he didn't even go look at his son when he heard that his wife gave birth to his son. He decided he has to leave the palace that night. Because if he sees his son, then attachments will arise. Then he won't be able to go and become a Buddha. Anything you want to say? You. How about your friend here? How long have you been there now?
7 years.
7 years. And you from where?
Initially from near Seattle in the U.S., but I ordained at Wat Yannasangwararam, and I was there for a while and spent a brief time in Australia, and I just spent about a year and a half at Abhijato with Longpur Pasado in California.
Northern California. What do you plan to do?
I think I'm going to go to Bodh Gaya next for 2 weeks under the Bodhi tree, and then I want to enter a period of retreat near Ajahn in Bak Chong for about 3 or 4 months. And then honestly, I want to go back to the West. It's not too cold for me. I like the cold.
Yeah. Okay.
But I am wary about I have a very outgoing personality, and I could see myself. I getting involved in things makes me quite happy.
Yeah.
But I'm also very aware of my need. I haven't. My practice needs much more work. So, any advice you have to give Ajahn would be appreciated.
Well, you have to find your inner sanctuary. If you don't have the inner sanctuary, once you come out, you might not be able to go back in. So it's very dangerous if you have to deal with people when you still not have found your inner sanctuary where you can use as a place of respite, as a place of refuge. And the way to get into this inner sanctuary is by meditation. So you need to learn to be very adept with your meditation. Anytime you want to go inside, you should be able to do so. If not, then once you might become restless and agitated, you'll find it very, very hard to be happy. So this is basically what we should do first, is establish our inner sanctuary, our inner refuge. When we come out and we run into a problem and we want to get away, at least there's a place for us to go back to. But if you don't have an inner sanctuary, when you come out, when you run into a problem, then you don't know what to do. It might lead you to disrobing eventually. So you have to be very careful.
Ajahn, there's some, thank you for that advice, and there's some differences I've noticed between the classic teachings given on samadhi practice in Thailand and what I hear from some of the Western Ajahns now, like Ajahn Jeff. And one of them is the idea of what sabakaya means in terms of either I've heard it taught frequently in Thailand as the whole body of the breath at the tip of the nose or in one spot. And I know Tenajin Jeff says that because Westerners tend to think so much, there's an interpretation which is much more expansive and deals with sort of getting in touch with the body's energies as they circulate. And then after expanding and having the awareness kind of move with the breath, then coming to one point. I found that that's been very effective for me. But the moving around and the piti that comes from that, but in terms of really settling into one spot, that's still difficult for me. So
eventually you have to come to one point, stay at one point. In the beginning you might be able to use different method to sort of pull your mind to come back to this one point. But eventually you need to be fixed on one point in order to make the mind become concentrated, becomes calm, becoming samadhi. You need to be one-pointed. You might, for some people, they might use some investigation like Asupa. If you have this sexual lust tendency, then you have to reflect on Asupa, the 32 parts of the body, to bring your mind back inside, to stay in one point. But some people, they don't have this problem, then they can use just concentrating on the tip of the nose. So different people have different problem, and they have to choose the appropriate method of meditation. Okay? So you have anything else you want to say? Okay, if not, I'll let you go. Or you want to offer something?
Yes.
Okay.
Ask one more question, Tenajin? You have one. You have one especially memorable or memory that sticks out the most about your teacher, Longta Mahabua, that you could share with us, one story that we might not have heard?
I don't think so. The only thing memorable about him is he's very fierce, and you don't want to get close to him. You don't want to be near him. As soon as you see him walking this direction, you start walking the other direction. This is how we remember our teacher. But he's a good teacher. He forces you to be mindful, to be aloof, to be alone. When he sees you congregating, clinging, stick around together, he'll come and disperse the crowd right away. As soon as you see him, the crowd just disappears. He wants you to be alone. He wants you to meditate, developing mindfulness. Okay? Okay. Thank you for coming by. I hope you advance on your path. Okay. Or you already achieved your goal, maybe?
Hopefully.
All right.
คำถามจากชาวต่างชาติฮะ No life on earth. Why is Kasina meditation considered dangerous?
I don't know if it's dangerous or not. It depends on whether you know how to do it or not. So, Kasina is to use something such as color as your meditation object by visualizing a particular color in your mind, red or green or white. I don't think there is any danger in those things. But the danger might come from your interpretation of the result. And you can be misinterpreting your result. And then this can lead you to misjudge your result. So that can be the danger. So you should have somebody who knows the practice to guide you or to consult you in time when you don't know what's going on.